Alright, so I have pulled apart the caliper. Some helpful hints. When you take the caliper off, when you disconnect the lines off of the caliper, do not pump the fluid out of it. Just let it leak on its own. Otherwise you pump a bunch of air in the system. Now what you'll need to do is leave it connected so you can use the force of the brake system to push these pistons out, because otherwise you will not be able to get them out without scarring them up as they sit like this inside, right? So we have them out. I've taken this off. There's a small snap ring that holds this on the other side. So it's like this. A snap ring goes on this side. So now I'm going to rebuild it. So you can see, hopefully you can see in the video. Let me see. I have some pictures, some stills I'll show, but you can see here the seal is eat up pretty good. And what this did was it locked up a set of pads. I'll show you the pads, what it did. So this is the inside pad, that's the outside pad. It wore it all the way to the metal within less than a week, probably a couple days. Because like an idiot, if you see in the last video, you don't see me force that piston in so I can get the new pads on. Well, it was locked up. That wasn't pressure. So all right, so we're gonna rebuild this caliper. It's the first time I've done this, so bear with me. So at this point we will replace the seals. So each side of the caliper, each piston has two seals. It has a dust seal and then the hydraulic seal. We're going to replace both of them. Now, something very, very, very important is to make sure that this is thoroughly clean. Thoroughly clean. You don't want any dirt in here. So I know it doesn't look like it, but there's no loose dirt here. I've used a wire brush and brake cleaner and knocked this guy off. All right, so here we go. So you can see that that seal being bad kind of ate up the piston. I've got to get this smooth somehow. The little buffer wheel on the Dremel didn't work. I need a really, really fine sanding wheel in order to do that. Inside doesn't matter so much, the outside absolutely does. See, that thing's all boogered up there. Yeah, that dust seal ring needs to be cleaned out. All right, now I'm gonna go clean it out with a wire brush and some brake clean. All right, so now I've cleaned and dried the inside of the cylinders. I'm gonna go ahead and put the seals. I'm gonna put the hydraulic seal. All right, now I'm gonna get a little brake fluid on my finger and put on this to slide it in there. Just in case you're wondering, they do not go this way, they go the other way. I'm an idiot. That's one way to do it. Still concerned they might be a little tight. Right, so the cylinders are rebuilt. Now it's time to do all the little pieces on the slide. This clip goes down in the bottom of the caliper, and I took it off to clean it and I forgot to put it back in there. Couldn't figure out why the pads were sitting so loose. So this helps keep tension on the pads, so it keeps them up off of the guide pins. All right, well, I guess now it's time to put the new pads in. So here we go. New brass pads coming right up. And I'm also going to put a little bit of grease on this bad boy, just to help everything slide like it should. I don't know if I'm supposed to be putting grease everywhere I'm putting it, but I'm putting it because I don't want it to lock up again. And the amount of mud and sand riding that we do, it can happen. Alright, so there we go. Guide pins installed, boots and everything greased up, new pistons, or new piston seals rather. Oh, one more thing. I don't know how important it is, but the rebuild kit came with a new set of washers. These bad boys on temporarily until I get it back over to the buggy, and then we get on to the once I mount it back up there, then we bleed the brake system.